Hello, one and all, and welcome back to Disney Dungeons and Dragons. I'm your Dungeon Master, August Schmidt, and with me, as always, this time of the week are the wonderful Disney elites. Say hello, everyone.
No.
Oh man, and what a crazy time it's been. I can't. I don't know if I'll remember what happened last time. Something about sewers and a sea witch. No, but in all seriousness, um, finding your way to Scaleston again, looking for Merc, the sheriff of the town. Not able to find him, realizing the note you left him has been there now for a couple of days untouched. Upon using very clever locate objects, searching through the city, you were able to follow and track the scent, so to speak, to this abandoned building that looks to have once been like a high-rise place, now in ruins with official like police tape over it. Making your way down, finding a secret elevator into what seems to be old and maybe partially used sewer systems. Again, Sumani City used to be like old dwarven tunnels. They used to mine out this whole area. And so it made it great when Sumani came in and just said, hey, we'll use this for public systems. But following down in, catching the sight of Ursula, falling her in, this gigantic form appeared out of the water. Adam becoming the beast form as Ursula's tentacles and lightning struck water, electrocuting everyone, grabbing Cadel, pushing Belle out of the way so that you were taken underwater. But thankfully, Cadel, using some of your careful spells and light, you have now illuminated a bit under the water where you were so people know where you are. And this is where we begin this encounter. The initiative does still go as follows, with Belle going before Ursula. You beat her out because by choosing to be in this form, Ursula doesn't have good dexterity, apparently. So Belle, Ursula, and then we have Cadel, and finally Beast right now instead of Adam at the bottom. Belle, that is then your go starting this order as Ursula, shrieking in pain, has just released inky clouds of darkness that seem to not only spread through the water but mystify outwards to create this pitch black room where you now stand. So I'm actually going to do that so you can kind of see yourself a little bit. I should turn off the light for Ursula. She does not emit light. So that is kind of like what you're able to see, because you guys all have like different torches or like limited vision, but the room is now much darker than it was before.
Also remind that Belle has freedom of movement and foresight.
Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. That is something that I will unhide in the initiative tracker, but yes, foresight and that freedom of movement.
Mm. Okay, so I'm going to. I haven't.
You're totally fine. Yes. Oh, important to note though, Belle. You currently you're on Beast's back. That's also helpful to note. You're not in the water right now, so you're actually, I think, based off last movement, Adam, you're about like 15 feet above the water, and they're still about 10, 15 feet above you. Right. This isn't a huge cavern, but it's not like you're now cramped underneath.
I'm just gonna cast Crown of Stars and get that going.
Excellent. Crown of Stars starts up. The blue flame, and do you want to use that bonus action as well to throw a star now?
Yeah.
Awesome. Go for it. Make that roll.
And you have advantage on attack rolls.
Yes, you do.
All right. It's a 16 or a 13, so I'm gonna take the 16.
16 or a 13.
That's my 10.
Plus 10 to hit.
So
Plus 10 to
26.
Yeah, that very much hits on a 26. Go ahead and roll damage as all these blue, just arcane light and star appear circling Belle and out towards the massive shape in the darkness.
Not great. 20, yeah.
A 20 damage. Still quite a bit, as watching in, the light cuts through the darkness, illuminating the shape, burning through a tentacle, and you hear another roar of pain that rocks the water and very cavern. Excellent turn. At the end of your turn, Bell, that will make Ursula's turn. Cadel, you are currently wrapped in this tentacle.
Yep.
And you feel the tentacle once again reach under into this gaping maw of tooth and just dripping water, all suctioning in outward and forward. And she's going to make a bite attack against you.
Okay, don't get eaten.
That would be nice.
That is going to be a 22, Cadel. I believe that hits your armor class. You take 23 Cadel points of damage.
So she
As
didn't swallow me, right?
as she does, you are technically a medium creature, so by that, you are swallowed up into her maw.
What happens if I cast a thunderous wave inside of someone?
You don't know yet. There might be something to happen, but all you know right now, Cadel, you are currently blinded and restrained. You can't see a single thing, and you feel your hands and body are just pressed tight as you're slowly being sucked into this terrifying Krakeness woman. You do also feel, it will start on your turn, acidic damage is creeping into your armor, starting to burn away at your essence, it feels like. And so there might be some damage the longer you stay in here. On her turn, it's hard to see. I'm going to turn
Is
off.
it possible to do Hellish Rebuke while she does that?
It is. Yeah, you can use Hellish Rebuke because you just got attacked. So the light goes dark from Cadel as up and in.
Oh gosh, that's disgusting. All right.
Oh, she did fail her dexterity throw.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I gotta add. Okay, that's 11. Not the best, but hey,
11 points of internal fire damage. You realize this creature, as you burn in, it doesn't look like she's vulnerable to fire, but more as just naturally radiating fire out of just like helm and fingertips. The inside of this Kraken seems to pulsate and shift around you. And Cadel, you realize that the grip that this maw has on you seems to almost slighten, as if the more damage it takes, the greater chance of you being just spat out naturally, right? Kind of imagine trying to eat food and the grape in your throat punches your esophagus on the way down, right? As you're being sucked in, boom, hitting it, and you feel just a little bit, not enough yet, you think, but there might be, if more damage is taken, a very good chance of you being regurgitated. To which, Cadel, that actually makes your official turn. After your reactionary, boom, Hellish Rebuke, what would you like to do?
Okay, I've never done a destructive wave before, but I do want to try that because it's like my sword has to make contact with something. And if it loosened, I can at least like hit it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, so let me check real quick, because let's just see. Yes, because destructive wave is just verbal, not somatic. Oh, that is great for you.
Okay, that's great.
So you don't need to move your arms since you just have use of your voice. That is crazy that it's just a verbal. You'd think it would also be somatic since it's striking the ground. Cool.
Okay, so
Each creature, so she's going to have to make a Constitution saving throw or take 5d6 thunder damage, as well as 5d6 radiant or necrotic damage, your choice. What choice would you like there, Cadel? Radiant or necrotic?
I will definitely go radiant in this case.
For this
Uh,
one,
But also, I mean, they could probably see, but also giving enough light as much as possible would also be.
Yes, Belle.
yeah.
she's gonna roll a 6.
How dare you? Before I said the roll, I knew you were trying to get in before I could say it. That's a 6 for her. And she doesn't have, again, at the cost of having spells, she doesn't have legendary resistances. She fails, and so she's going to take 5d6 thunder and then 5d6 radiant internally as you just strike. I'll actually say, Kato, go ahead and roll the damage for all of that, and then tell me how you want to like do it as you're just like striking the inside of her maw, because this is going to be really cool.
Okay, so that is 18 for the first 5d6,
Excellent. So 18 thunder damage.
and that is a 25.
My gosh. 18 plus 25. Yeah, Kato, how do you strike the inside of her maw?
So I just have to speak, yeah?
Yeah, you do. All you have to do is say something.
I'm legit gonna be like, nope, this is not happening.
And you, boom! Thunderous radiance bubbles out from underneath this creature. Adam Bell, you watch as she now has to try to make another Constitution saving throw or regurgitate Cato. Cato, you have now done the minimum amount of damage that she has to do to just not throw up you. Oh man, that is a crazy good roll. 31. So she succeeds on keeping you in. She's great at Constitution normally.
Oh.
Not when she gets a natural 6. Yes, so because the 6 would definitely fail, but she rolled synthetic 19 plus 12, so 31.
Oh, okay.
Boom, hits out. You watch as Kato, just for half a moment, like a hand comes out and then is sucked back in. Kato, you feel the free water, and she barely keeps you inside. But she did fail the first one, so she is prone right now in the darkness. As still, that interior damage is enough to knock her down as part of that spell.
So with the radiant, were Bella and Adam able to see that just so they can pinpoint where she's at?
Yes.
I mean, she hasn't moved, but still, you know.
It's enough that like in the dark she hasn't moved, and so between the prone and everything, that burst of radiant light underneath, it's gonna light up for you. And so just kind of like doing the ping, it's that like you see this like radiant pinging right there, and so you know like, oh, that's where Kato was. Well done. You do still have a bonus action. Gosh dang.
Well, I am definitely going to. Oh wait, I can't hit anything. I can't use.
Right, because you're still restrained. So that destructive wave was huge because it's that like you don't. That's so wild. Destructive wave literally says it only needs verbal. I'm so. That seems like such a strange spell. So yeah, so Kato, you're still restrained. So any bonus action that require movement, unfortunately, can't be taken.
Sorry, I'm just looking through my Oathbreaker spell right now. We'll see what I can do.
You're good. Also, I just realized, Kato, you have started your turn inside the maw. I have to quickly do some damage as the acid damage has started. Jeez Louise. Kato, as you, boom, hit this destructive wave, you feel the acid just start boiling away at you. You take 51 points of damage and are down to 24 hit points. As you are just being burned and sizzles inside this, as you're boom, 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 barely escaping, barely sucked back in.
Can she technically see me?
Can she technically see you? Not at all. She's eating you.
I was going to use a dreadful aspect on her, but she has to see me to do it. Okay.
Yes, that is part of the blinded condition of being. It's that like she can't see you, but you can't see her.
Okay. Gosh.
Oh.
Well.
I think that is because most of your other bonus actions, it does look like Kato are part of like smites weaponry and other. It requires like somatic components, like use of your body. But you
I
got
want
some.
to try Light. It's a 4th
Ooh.
level.
Blight, unfortunately, that is another spell though too, because you've already cast a spell for your action. You've already done the big destructive wave.
Okay. I see.
But that is something you can do on your next turn, because that would be another one of your bigger spells that doesn't require use of your sword and stuff.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's a bonus action.
Alright. In which case, Cato, at the end of your turn, as being sucked in, Ursula is going to take a legendary action now. You moving through the darkness, as it's hard to see. I am going to need this is at disadvantage against Bell, because of foresight. But Bell, I do need you to make me still a strength saving throw, still with advantage, obviously, as she is going to attack you with disadvantage. So, okay,
That's a 10.
10. Adam, you watch as Bell boom, is grabbed by a tentacle out of the darkness. Bell, you take no damage from this, but failing the strike, it has grabbed you and is holding tight. So you are now restrained currently. That makes Ursula's legendary action, which now brings us down the order to Adam as Beast.
Okay, so I'm flying right after her. And I'm going to make a bite against Ursula, targeting specifically that tentacle that grabbed her.
Go for it. Yeah.
Okay. So that is 14 to hit.
14 does not hit. As you bite into this large tentacle, you realize that natural blubber is just so thick, it's hard to bite through.
Okay, in that case, then claws.
Here we go. Here come the claws.
That is a 23.
23 will hit.
Sweet. Okay. And 6. Okay, so as I take a bite, get my jaws on, and then I'm going to cut. Oh, come on.
Oof.
That is 8. Oh, no, sorry. 8 plus 5. So that is 13 points of slashing damage.
13 points. Still magical because of your natural stuff. So
Yep.
Thankfully, she is immune to slashing from non-magical attacks. So you feel that natural just magic of your claw, boom, as the beast cuts into Ursula's tentacle. You've beat the AC by enough. It does start cutting through. You're realizing like, okay, it's cutting through, but the damage wasn't enough yet to beat the full threshold to maybe like cut the tentacle, you think.
Okay. Is there any, I guess where I'm a large creature now, would trying to pull her back be an object interaction at this point, or that would still be my action?
It would be, as a large creature now, being a large beast, it's an object interaction, and then it just makes it contested strength basically against her.
Okay. Then I'm going to try to forcibly pull Belle away from Ursula.
Here we go. Ursula's gonna try to contest this. Ooh, geez. The DC is a 33.
Oh my god.
You boom, ripping as Belle, boom, you feel ripped out of Beast grasp. Ursula is still restraining you in this tentacle. Beast, at the end of your turn, that boom, slashing through, trying to get inwards. Ursula is going to take another legendary action. And she is going to actually fling you, Belle, up to 60 feet in a random direction. Yeah, she doesn't get to choose the direction. It's just that natural like flick. So
Can I
doing
cast
the
Feather Fall as a reaction?
Yes, you can. That is definitely going to help. So that is, let's see, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oof. That is going to throw you down, and you are going to hit the wall. Featherfall, I will say, Bell, definitely is going to like help negate some of this damage as Featherfall, boom. So like a lot of that force, but still, as the 60 feet, you can't go the full 6 feet. You will hit the wall. So that deals uh, only 5d6 of damage. It's not terrible. And half that. So Bell,
Only 5d6.
it's only 5d6, so 20 damage. I'll have it with Featherfall. Boom, 10 as you poof. And so you start just slowly then floating. You are not yet on the water. You're still technically floating right now. As that will make her legendary action to just throw you into the wall. As that happens, that actually makes back at the top of the order. Bell, that is your turn. So as your turn is starting, you are at the end of your turn, you're going to touch water right now. So what would you like to do in this instance? One second. Let me also. Yes, you still have 6 Crown of Stars and. Let me think. Yeah, Adam's still floating there. Okay, sorry, I'm making sure all that's right. You're muted. Yeah, you're good.
Sorry. I'm going to scream at Adam to get away from her.
Oh.
And cast Meteor Swarm on her.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yes.
Meteor Swarm.
I'm very excited about it.
In a 40-foot radius. Jeez Louise. I'm here. Let's make this nice old meteor swarm color for you so we see just how big you're about to hit. So this is going to be, let's see. So that's a radius of 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40. Here's your lovely meteor swarm circle. Right now, from where it is, like, you can hit Adam, or you would miss Adam, excuse me, centering it there. And fun fact, Cadel has full cover right now being inside Ursula. So, like, you don't even have to worry about hitting him. It's only really Ursula right now.
He's going to be like, I don't know how to tell him to get away, but Adam, get out of there.
And important to know, also from here, it will hit Ursula, and it won't also hit Merrick, the lizard folk that's still in the water. Good lord. This creature... so Ursula's going to try making a dex saving throw. Jeez Louise, against your spell save DC. That's a failure. That's a dirty 10 at best.
What is it, 19?
So yes, yeah, beating a 19. I mean, still with a +7, she is a crazy big creature, but when you roll a natural 3, nah, you ain't going nowhere. So that's going to be 20 d6 fire and 20 d6 bludgeoning damage. Oh gosh.
I need bigger to roll my dice.
Yeah, you're gonna need a lot of d6s. I apologize you're not here. I've got d6s, but yeah.
We have 20.
You have 20. Rolling it twice. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so yes. Are you doing fire or bludgeoning first?
Let's do bludgeoning.
Sweet. Bludgeoning. And fun fact, because this is a spell bludgeoning, it counts as magical damage. That's important to know.
40. 50. It's like a character sheet. 60. 71.
71 points of fire damage.
Bludgeoning.
Of bludgeoning. Okay, 71 points of bludgeoning. Good lord.
Your face, August.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay, we have a different.
We have a cookie sheet now.
Ooh. Gosh.
I need to get rid of these trees.
Here's what's crazy.
20.
There had to be a way to get my daughter to like no.
40, 50. 64.
64 fire.
64 fire. Ursula just went from like, oh, she's hurt, to horribly bloodied, bruised, and terrifyingly bad. Um,
And just to do that final like little like poke in the eye kind of thing, let's just throw another star at her.
another crown. Go for it.
Oh, you poor unfortunate soul.
Good heavens.
My brother's here too.
Oh
Hi,
yeah.
August.
Hey, how's it going, Ford? Welcome. Or Josh, sorry.
All good.
Josh Ford. Yeah. I'm like,
That's a 14 plus my 10.
I have advantage though, so
with advantage, you still have advantage. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's the 14. So
yeah, it's a non-concentration duration for 8 hours.
Oh my gosh. Ninth level spells, man. They're amazing. So that definitely is going to hit then on that crown of stars. How much damage are you doing with crown stars then?
I think it's 40, 12.
or I have all of those.
Jeez.
Now
Gosh.
blend it in.
See, I have no problem with this.
27.
27. Ursula looks so bloody. You all watch as the swirling balls of arcane fire around Bell, and your eyes just glow brilliant arcane bluish white hot as summoning in an arcane just portal of godlike strength. Boom, boom, boom! Meteor showers of these blue chunks of rock hitting into Ursula over and over and over. And just as she's trying to sit up, looking so dazed and hurt, you throw one of your own arcane stars right in the forehead. She looks on death's door.
Oh,
Which is unfortunate.
She has now taken so much damage. I now have to make her concentration check against holding Cadel in twice. Cadel has 2 chances now to get out just because of how much damage that was. Here we go.
please.
That is going to be... That fails. 23 does not beat her 25 con needed to save. As you all watch, Cadel like just get spat out into the water, skimming a bit just into that area. Cadel, you are covered in acid. Immediately, though, stops burning. You think it's kind of like that magical acid of, oh, it really only hurts inside of her. You're just now gross. As she is sitting here, that is going to be her last legendary action at the end of your turn, Belle, because she is now super mad, but also horribly hurt. As she turns, kind of looks at all of you, you see that her eyes are darting, and she just looks and just, not yet. As one of her tentacles crackles with purple arcane lightning, snaps into the water. The water steams up and around her, and as it clears, she's gone.
Hey,
No.
hey.
Quick question.
Oh, quick question.
Could I cast Dominate Person before she tries to leave?
Okay. No, that's pretty clever. Here's what I will say.
Because
I
we're
have
killing her. I don't care.
I have allowed that spells can be used like real quick, like because you're next in the order. Basically, it's like I will allow a quick maybe check against, but I'm just gonna check real quick because I need to see if Dominate Person would work on her since she is technically not a person right now.
Okay.
Because it's your going. I will then have to say, because she's no longer a humanoid currently, because this is a different form of hers, beguile or dominate person won't work right now. It is something, of course, you can do in her human form, but as that Vanessa Benson persona, this like humanoid she takes, it would have worked. But because she is definitely a monstrosity right now, it will not affect her.
Dang. Okay.
Opportunity attacks.
Opportunity attacks won't technically work right now because this is something she has done in terms of her legendary. But as she has disappeared, important to note, the fog completely disintegrates and dissipates into the air. As you are looking then around this room, you're realizing that she doesn't seem to be here right now. And to which I will say you are out of initiative for the moment. Just because, like, through that quick, like, Cato trying to cast it, maybe even Adam, like, trying to swipe just in case of invisibility. She isn't in the water. You actually see the water has, like, started receding back up and is making that gentle wave of an object that disappears from the area as the smoke clears. What would you all like to do now?
Dealing with how hurt I am still going to like stagger towards Merrick, and just to see if he's awake or alive.
Here we go. We're gonna check Merrick real quick. It was a couple rounds of combat, unfortunately. What I will say though, Cato, if you want to give me a medicine check as you approach, I'll be willing to roll some of these last checks for him because he was down and unconscious.
Oh, and he was facing. Oh, he was in the water too. Oh,
He
gosh,
was in the water. Not long enough, thankfully, to suffer something like suffocation.
That was a 19, and I got a +6.
So how much you get for medicine?
That is 25.
25. I'll make this last save. I'll let you know. Last death saving throw. He has 2 for each. I'll make this last one with advantage. So the first one is a 4.
Oh.
That is a natural 20. Cato, as you immediately, like, lifting his head out of the water, kind of towards one of the shells, boom, 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 start the compressions. This lizard folk sputters and coughs and kind of looks at, oh, who are you? What is going on? Oh, where am I?
I'm gonna say in Draconic just to like calm him down a little bit. Maybe his native language, hearing his native language might be a little bit more helpful. I'm just like, hey, calm down. You're okay.
Awesome. As you see, just like, okay, Belle, your featherfall kind of settles you then gently into the water, as well as Adam. Would you like to stay in beast form, or would you like to bamf out yet?
I think currently I'm going to stay in beast, but
Okay.
I can't use magic yet. I'm
Okay.
going to ask Cadel if he still has a locate creature or locate object or something, because
I do still have a locate object.
okay, because I'm wondering if we can find Ursula still nearby at all.
Gotcha. Smart. Cato, you have that locate object. Yeah, level 2 spells are so helpful. Boom. Cato, what kind of object are you trying to look for right now? This is important to know.
Did she still have the silver ring around her necklace? As a necklace.
Here's what's important to know. Go ahead and
Good
make me a history check.
Okay. Please. Okay. That was a 3. What else do I got for his 3? Oh, that does not help. That's a -2.
A -2. History is one of your worst stats. That's fair.
Yeah.
Does Adam recall?
Actually, yeah, Adam Bell. Everyone can. It's not like, quick. What object was she wearing? Making these history checks of, was there something in battle like the ring around her neck or anything like that?
Okay, we all rolled poorly. 16.
16's the highest. Yikes. On a 16, what you're thinking is that, as far as you know, she definitely didn't have the ring. Like it was nowhere on a tentacle. It wasn't like on a necklace. It wasn't like anywhere. It was just like her in a dress, which is actually a little concerning to be understanding that the last time I saw her, she had one of these silver artifact level rings, and now she doesn't.
So it must
I'm
have
assuming
been
tentacles don't
somewhere.
count as objects.
Unfortunately, no. Tentacles are appendages, as according to the medical field. I've told.
Okay.
Um,
In that case, I will de-beast,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast. First, I'm going to do a mass cure wounds.
A mass cure wounds. As boom, you feel yourself just appear back, Adam. You cast mass cure wounds. Go
Creature
ahead.
wounds.
That's a lot of hit points back. 38
Okay.
plus spell casting. Yeah.
Can I choose myself as well?
Yes, mass cure wounds allows that. It's just as long as it's within the 30 foot, but that literally makes all of you plus even Merrick if you want.
Yeah, I want to hit Merrick as well.
Sweet, that will definitely help him.
Okay, that's only 14. These dice have not been really well for me.
14. Here we go. So 14. Adam, you heal 14 in your normal form. So Adam, you're also back at full then with that. Bell, that's going to give you 14. Cadle, 14. So yeah, Cadle, you're also now definitely feeling much better.
okay, yeah.
Like 24 versus 38, take a 38, right?
Yeah.
As you are all sitting here then in the water, what would you like to do? You feel right now, again, the natural light, Bell, you have these arcane balls of fire, which actually are casting much better light right now. But what is everyone's goal then? As you see, Merrick is still kind of sitting here, just kind of like breathing, just kind of like taking it in.
I want to give him a little bit more of my temporary hit points to heal him up. And also, I just want to ask him, do you remember anything? Like, what have you been doing and all that sort of stuff?
Gotcha. You see, he just goes, no, I'm okay. Thank you, kind wizards. You have healed my body. No, I was simply looking for the lizard folk. I was following, and then the last thing I remember, I was taken. No, I was enchanted. I saw myself moving, and then I was down here in the water. I'm sorry, this may not be very helpful.
So a lot of our purpose for trying to find him was to say, hey, watch out, Cruella or Ursula are coming after people.
And now
and here he is.
Here he is. It is definitely that like, hey, have you heard lizard folk are being kidnapped? And now I'm sure he knows.
Yeah, so that's not super helpful for him. I am going to do another quick cast of locate creature though. Use my last level 4 slot to cast a locate creature on Ursula. So for the next hour, if she gets in within 1,000 feet of us, we'll know.
You feel Ursula is nearby. You cast locate creature and realize that she is somewhere like around that area, like towards that area, going not only like diagonally, but also a little bit up. Not terribly, but it's that like as if there was other floors, definitely on a higher floor.
And I'm going to relay this information to the group that Ursula is still around.
Sweet. You cast that. As everyone gets it, you see then Merrick just kind of sits up. Unfortunately, his normal miniature that you see on the screen has weapons. Merrick does not have weapons right now, which is important to know. Yeah, normally he has like an axe shield, right? Normal stuff. He's a dude. So you all know Ursula is nearby. At this time, Belle, I would like you to make me an Arcana check if you'd be so kind.
Okay. 18.
18. Something magical seems to shift in the water, but you're not sure what it is. On an 18, you sense it definitely, that kind of innate arcane, like almost like a ripple of arcane through the water, just like a water ripple would normally react. But you're not sure what that would mean yet.
Can I like investigate it more, or do like a detect magic or a
Yes.
like deeper?
You
Like, hey, what
cast
was that? Let's look at it closer.
you cast detect magic and nothing happens. Important to note, your crown of stars is still up, as well as you feel the natural, like the arcane divinatory magic Adam helped craft for you for foresight and freedom of movement, all still up. But trying to cast detect magic right now doesn't work. Adam,
Whoa.
you still feel locate creature on, but that's it.
Oh, so you're saying that the spell she wasn't able to. Okay. In that case, can I try to cast Shape Water quick?
You nothing happens.
Um,
You're all standing here. The water, important to note, you're kind of in the shallows right now. Again, it's only like maybe a foot up to like half level, but standing in the water, boom, boom. Spells do not seem to be appearing or working. Spells that have currently happened are still present, if that makes sense, though.
Nothing's negating magic then.
It may not be negating magic, stuff like anti-magic field, which just snuffs out magic, but something is repressing magic, you think.
might be time to do that.
Well, feeling how last time, one thing was a distraction. I feel like the ripples might be a distraction that Ursula's causing, just so she can get away. So, hello, Ursula.
So do we hunt after Ursula, or do we try to get out?
My only concern is that, like, Merrick isn't really going to be much of a help in there. So,
Yeah.
unless one of us wants to, like, head up and just, like, take him over to Scaleston, like, I could probably, like, either, because I don't feel comfortable setting him up alone while we investigate.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking that there's no way, like, out other than the elevator. Because I was just gonna say, cast Philip and just put him on Merrick, put Merrick on Philip and just send him out. But well, I guess August, can we do a history or perception check to see if there was any other exits other than the elevator?
Yeah, that history or investigation, I would say. It's like, okay, when we walked in or just naturally coming through these old sewers, was there anything that stood out to us?
Okay, so I'm doing perception.
Mine was a 17 history, but I think Belle beat me out.
Okay,
I got a 12.
12.
Yeah, I got 1.
21. So what you're realizing, so Cadel, it's that this sewer seems to be very maze-like right now. It's hard to tell maybe where things could be because this isn't even like normal. The current sewer system is actually very grid-like, just like Sumani is, right? It's easy to tell like set patterns. This is definitely one of the older, probably discontinued stuff where they went, hey, this just doesn't work, because it doesn't seem like tunnels seem to move a little more sporadically and serpentine like, so it's tough to just look. Adam and Bell, in thinking back to maybe like when you guys walked in, you were realizing one of the only real ways in seemed to be the elevator.
So, thoughts then. If she wants to ambush us, then leaving gives her that perfect opportunity. If she's trying to run and hide, now is the best, probably the best chance to go down and try to finish her before she can regroup.
Yeah, let's do that. I want her dead. Player me definitely wants her dead. Thinking under mom. My gosh.
That's fair, right? All right, Cato, you want to go hunt. Adam and Bell, any specific ideas?
Follow her pinging.
Yeah, let's follow her scent.
All righty. Let's hunt
What
some
do
Kraken.
you want to do about with Merrick? So, I guess if we find the only evidence we've really seen of life in here has been Ursula.
So far, yeah, it's like it's been very oddly quiet, right? You're not seeing. Important to note, yeah, not even a lot of debris. Also, normally old sewers are really backed up. This is a pretty empty looking sewer system right now.
Okay, so technically Adam has a scimitar. He is going to give that to Merrick.
Excellent. You give Merrick the scimitar. You see, oh, are you sure, kind mage? You seem like you could use it better.
As you said, I'm a mage. I've never used this sword for the 2.5 years that the people playing this game have been playing.
Listen, buddy, it's been a long campaign and it's just never come up. You see, Merrick just definitely just thank you. We'll take the scimitar then to use.
Another quick question.
Yes.
Is that technically a two-handed sword that he needs to use it as, or does he technically have a dual-wielding fighting style?
For you, wait, for who?
Perfect.
Merrick. Oh, Merrick. No, he is a lizard folk who can have melee weapons, but doesn't have any fighting styles. He does have stuff like bite and claw too, right? Being a lizard folk. Actually, oh my gosh, sorry. I just realized, yeah, Merrick wasn't going to drown for a while. He can also hold his breath for 15 minutes. Fun fact.
Okay.
Lizard folks get a really cool trait called the hold breath.
I
But
was gonna buy Onyx sword if he needed it and could, dual wield and all that stuff.
gotcha. Yes, that might have been helpful, but yeah, he's just someone that uses. Yeah, he can use weapons and it's helpful, but it's better for him to just have a weapon and just kind of do his own thing. You give Merrick the scimitar. That will actually raise because scimitars do a little bit better damage.
Yeah, and basically I just want to we'll come back for you. Stay out of trouble.
Excellent. You see, he just, yes, of course, I will stay here, stay out of sight. Just kind of you see, he kind of just starts lowering into the water, very alligator-esque, but then just and he's just kind of gonna hide and protect himself.
That works a lot. I was gonna say I was gonna put lump with him, but if he's just gonna use natural camouflage with the water, I think that might.
Ooh, important to note though, in trying to summon Philip, you might not be able to.
Oh, that's right. Oh gosh.
Well, so you tried and you weren't able to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I would say is in that 10-minute, could I summon Philip back as something else? It's that, oh shoot, that's also not working.
Okay. All right.
All right. You do know where the pings are coming from? Are you all ready to head out?
Least will ever be.
I'm gonna lead him. I'm gonna lead up.
All right, Adam, marching order. You're going to be in front. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
That will be next. Cadel right behind. As Adam, this upper tunnel that kind of comes upward seems to be the next obvious choice. As you all move through, I took the tunnel with you.
Oh, you're strong.
And you all, not beast form, exit into the tunnel. As you are walking through, what is important to note is as you are moving, the tunnel seems to twist and turn until suddenly you come out in this space right here. Adam, as you do so, the ping is suddenly below you. And not in like a, oh, that's weird. It's as if like going through the tunnel, your compass is fine. Walking through this tunnel entrance, straight below.
Hey, I'm gonna relay this information, but
You're
sorry.
totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
So I'm gonna relay this information. I am going to. It looks like we have a little bit of water on the ground. I'm going to continue to try to shape water and/or mold earth or dust. Just keep testing my cantrips as we're going to see if
Smart.
they're covered.
I will tell you that as you're going through, kind of like following like in and out of these streams naturally in the tunnel systems, nothing yet still seems to be working. Right now, then, it is pointing straight down, but you have a choice of like a left or right now. It does seem to kind of deviate into these tunnels that go back downwards.
Okay, they go back downwards.
Mm-hmm.
I guess left is as good as right, unless anybody else has.
Is it straight down, like under us per se?
It's
Like,
not perfectly under. That's actually a good clarification, but it's down and still like forward. But it's that like it went from being like, oh, slightly upward and a little bit to the right to downward a little bit in front of you.
I was gonna say like to check like the room to see if like, oh, there might be a trap door or something like that. Like,
Gotcha.
Good.
Go. If you want to investigate, please do so.
that's a 2.
Kittle, as far as you can tell, this is a pretty solid tunnel system, and if there are any hidden doorways, they must be insanely well disguised. But not a bad thought of just like, let's investigate in. Adam, as you're leading, it's that natural, well, let's head on down. Let's grab Cadel as well, of course. And you all head down into the next tunnel system. As you all appear in this tunnel system, Adam, the direction has changed once more, and it is right and slightly down as well.
Yeah. So you're saying as I walk out, the direction very suddenly changes. I'm going to step momentarily back through the door and just pay attention to where
You step back through the door and feel it down or right and a little bit down still. So like as you step backwards into the door, still right and a little bit down.
Okay, so it doesn't drastically change again.
Doesn't drastically change.
Okay, so curious.
Would you then just walk back out again?
Yeah.
You walk back out, except Adam, you walk back out into a completely different tunnel. Belkido, you all watch as Adam steps forward. He's gone.
Hey, cool. Well, that answers the. Okay, that answers that then. There is definitely some teleportation stuff going on.
Mhm.
They'll teleport both me to him because she knows him.
Well, fun fact though, spells still aren't working. As I will allow, just like in using cantrips, like Adam, you're doing this as well. Trying minor cantrips still aren't bringing up anything.
I'm gonna step through the door and hope that I end up in the same place he does.
Bell,
I'm gonna
you.
put my hand on Bell's shoulder just so we don't both get separated. Because I don't like.
All right. Then, in bringing through down, you guys seem to be back in the exact same room you were just in. Adam, you are in this room. Looking back into the tunnel behind you, there's even no possible like instance of, oh, is there someone like there, anything? It's as if you just entered a new room and you were always alone. Where would you like to go, Adam?
Okay. Magic still isn't working.
Magic still isn't working. In this room, though, as you've entered in, the compass, or I'll just call it compass, your compass point is once again downward and slightly forward.
Okay. I do want to run into my companions again. I don't want to run into Ursula by myself. So I'm going to backtrack just a little bit and see if that takes me back to where I was or if brings me anywhere to my companions again. So I'm going to go backwards one more time.
Sweet. You go backwards one more time. Oh, bullcrap. Adam and Cadel and Bell. Adam comes out of this tunnel system.
Yay!
That's ridiculous luck. Oh my gosh. But that's where he appears. As like you guys like step in, and it's not like, oh shoot, where is he? Adam, you walk out of a tunnel system.
Yay! Found you back.
Okay, everybody hold hands.
That very.
But he almost had a heart attack right there.
Oh my gosh, it's him. Okay, he's alive.
Okay.
He's alive.
We're. So I guess I'm going to point out this observation that the tunnels are not physically linked. There is some other spatial warping thing going on.
Gotcha.
So let's stay close together and back this way, guys.
You start moving just in the one you just came through, Adam, or a different one?
Let's go back through the one. I guess where is the?
I'm gonna run
king?
up to him.
Oh, still not like, oh, you're here. Excellent. What was that, Adam? Sorry.
Where is the direction?
Oh, yes. The direction right now actually seems to be pointing back where like Bell and Cadel just came from.
Okay. Let's go through that tunnel up there. That's where the direction's coming from.
Gotcha. You all head on through. Adam, would you still like to go first in terms of marching order?
Yeah.
Okay. So still just kind of like about face. And you all exit the tunnels. As you all walk out, you find yourselves in a much larger tunnel room suddenly. As you appear, you're realizing that there is, in fact, another tunnel just a little bit down the way, but this is a much longer room. As you do so, I would like everyone here to make me a perception check, if they'd be so kind.
I like perception. It's a 16.
12.
16, 12.
Wow. Rolling so poorly.
Yeah, not great for everyone. But
Kato?
Oh yeah, Kit.
What did he get?
That was 15.
Oh, 15. Okay. As you are all in, you don't hear much, but you do hear what seems to be a whispering amongst the tunnels, dark evocation like language, to which I will ask, what does anyone here speak Abyssal?
No, mine are diplomatic languages.
Just
Yeah,
count-
like Elvish, Dwarvish.
Elvish and Dwarvish. As slithering out through the sewer system, splotchy with bloated water decay, a gigantic, seemingly zombified eel sucking through, again, discoloration of the skin that seems to have been put in, but parts of flesh that just drag as it slithers along. This eel comes out of the tunnel at you. I would like everyone to roll initiative now, if you'd be so kind.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
16.
0.
0 for Adam. Yeesh.
I have a -1 dex. I rolled a natural 1.
Yikes.
Oh, actually, sorry, no, I have that Elvish armor that I got from Santa Claus.
Yes.
So that's a 4.
4. Okay. I was gonna say that's much better. Cato, what'd you get?
Oh, wait, you guys are around me, so you get a plus 3, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
But +3 only to saving throws.
Oh, only
I- Believe so. I'll quick check. I can't remember now. Because I think it's still a +3 for that one, just because. Yeah, for the charisma. Yeah, not for Dex. That's a different oath. So yes, for the saving throws, not for the initiative rolls. 16 Bell,
Got a 17 then.
17 Cadle. So Cadle, you are going to be second to act in the initiative after this giant eel. All of you watch. This eel comes forward, hits you first, Adam, being first out
okay.
of the tunnel.
Hello.
Crap. As it comes forward, you watch as it rears back as like bone and flesh crack and just kind of like shift around in this undead body. You watch as it hits you with 19. 19, and then deals you 28 points of damage.
I'm not close enough to intercept, yeah.
Adam, please. Oh, Cato, you are close enough to intercept. It's just because, again, Bell's a friendly creature, so it's enough to just go around and you're there. Yeah. So interceptive fighting coming in clutch.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, is that is locate creature concentration?
That is 12.
12 points of damage. So, Adam, you only take 16 points of damage. Please go ahead and make me then a concentration saving throw just for the locate creature that is still up.
Okay, here we go. So con save. That is a 17.
17 passes. Boom, this thing hits you. You are still concentrating, though. Feel the spell not even wavering for a second. As it bites you, you watch as suddenly it starts wrapping around you as fast as you can, Adam. It's going to try to constrict you. On a 22, it does. Adam, you feel then 18 more points of bludgeoning damage, and you are restrained in this form. That is going to be another con check, still 10 though.
Okay, no, it's a 7, so it drops.
Drops. You feel what was seemingly pointing like not totally forward, but like forward and to the right, drops down.
It's gone. Okay. Well,
that is the serpent's action, though.
I see its name is Flotsam.
Yes, Flotsam. Just you know, because of the flotsam and jetsam naturally in the sewers. No other reason. Yeah, flotsam and jetsam. As Flotsam takes its turn, though, coming in, wrapping you up, Adam, feeling that restraint now on you, that does make Cato's turn. So, Cato, you intercepted fighting that big bite damage. What would you like to do now?
So I still can't do magic?
As far as you can tell, no.
Okay. Gosh dang. So I can't cast control on Devil.
You cannot.
Oh, gosh dang it. Okay. All right. Gosh, this is on my day.
Oh, excuse me. That's a channel divinity. Oh, shoot.
Part of my Oathbreaker, yeah?
Part of the Oathbreaker. Yeah, that's not a spell. That's part of a... Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Do you want to try to cast Control Undead?
I am not having this today.
Oh, my gosh. All right, here we go. This creature has to make a wisdom saving throw. Remind me of your spell DC there, Cadel.
That is a 14.
14. This creature, believe it or not, has nothing to its wisdom. So it's just got to roll a 14 or higher to not be controlled. Here we go.
Oh, if we can make this our pet, that would be wonderful.
Oh, jeez.
That is cocked. It was like perfectly cocked. As wrapping around, suddenly, Adam, you feel the restraining stops. You look over. Cadel, your eyes are roiling green, boom, 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 just pulsating outward as this eel's eyes seem to vroom, vroom. These milky white undead eyes of this serpent seem to stop and follow yours.
Oh, sweet.
We are out of initiative, just Adam's still restrained.
So I noticed this and like it's still looking at me and it's no longer trying to eat me. I'm gonna kind of try to glance back at Belle or Cable and okay, I'm not dead.
Cadle's gonna command release him.
Cadel, what languages do you speak? I'm curious real quick.
I speak Draconic and I speak Celestial, so would that work?
It's that so the creature understands you just because of control undead. I was just curious if you would understand it back. Unfortunately not.
Fortunately not.
Unfortunately not. You see wriggling back outwards, the eel stops and just kind of sits staring in the water.
I am taking the most luxurious bath that I have ever taken when we're out of this.
Oh yeah, you are now covered. It's like Adam. There's pieces of like old skin and slime and sewer gunk and water all over you. It's that like, oh gosh, as
Cadle's gonna be like, now you know how I felt.
yeah, Cadle being eaten by Ursula. Yeah, this is a little bit. As this happens, what would you guys like to do? The eel's just staring at you. That controller dead. 24 hours. It must obey your commands.
Sweet.
Can I command it to speak in a language we can understand?
Ooh. Well, let's see. Heck yeah, you can.
Going to command it to speak common.
Haltering common, because again, serpent, it's trying to use what it knows of common. It doesn't speak common, but trying just yes.
Okay, this is creepy.
I vote we stick it on Ursula.
Wait, sorry.
I vote we stick it on Ursula.
Okay.
Just like, all right, go get your.
For the group. Do we want to slightly interrogate it?
Yes.
Yeah, if we can learn as much from it as possible, if it's under your command.
Okay. What questions do we want to ask it? Like other than where's Ursula? Because we'll do that as soon as we're done interrogating. So yeah.
Who do you work for? Okay, no.
Yeah. Who? Tell me. Yes.
I mean, like, currently we want to know where Ursula is. I wonder if it can guide us through the tunnels as well. That would be helpful getting in and out,
Okay.
as well as any other lizard folk that Ursula has kidnapped, and non-lizard folk.
Okay, I will ask like if how many are the people? Excuse me, words. All right, how many of the people that Ursula and Cruella have captured are still alive?
We have taken many. I do not know.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do you know what Ursula and Cruella are planning?
The mistress commands. We only serve.
Okay, so it's sounding like he's probably not a higher up
Yeah.
with her.
What does she command?
I'm gonna ask that.
Capture. Kill. Serve.
Forward.
What do you mean by serve?
We serve the mistress and the Dark One.
I'm just gonna assume that the Dark One is Hades.
Yeah, that's kind of been my assumption.
Okay. I don't think we really need to ask. Oh, who's the Dark One? So yeah. Any other questions you think we should ask?
Is if he knows where the other captured people are.
I'm gonna ask that.
Yes. We take them and bring them.
Where do you bring them?
To the mistress.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Okay, where's your mistress?
Yeah.
I bring her at your command, O Great One.
Show us and lead us there.
Wriggling out like it's kind of gross, fast, it like breaking its own bones to just turn around.
Oh.
Coming outward, it starts leading you into this tunnel.
I want to be as close to this thing as possible. Even though it's under my command, I don't care. I'm not leaving this thing out of my sight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very natural. So now Kate will kind of taking that like head position of like, all right, let's do this. You go through the tunnels, and because of a channel video, I thought, cool. It takes a bit, even with this serpent, but you see the serpent has some terrifying innate like moving back and forth as you walk through.
I also want to ask it. I want to command it to tell me if Ursula contacts it, and if it does, let us know what she's saying.
Excellent. That is smart.
Call.
You see just yes. The serpent just like not even like turning back to tell you this, it's just taking the commands and it's going with it. As you travel through, eventually you all realize that the water seems to be growing a little bit faster. Like in that natural progression and stream of a sewer, it is now kind of starting to pick up as you start realizing ever so often it feels a little bit darker and damper, as if you are reaching lower levels. Upon making it to the almost bottom, you are in this last final room. The serpent will tell you just, she expects me. She is close.
Okay.
Could I check my beast form? Not go into beast form, but can I check to see if that is still available to me?
You feel your beast form is still available.
Okay, good.
As that's technically not a spell. Magic can exist. It's just certain types of magic are being repressed again. It's good, but good to know, Adam. It's not like, okay, good. I'm not like totally out. It's just spell work seems rather limited right now.
Okay, sounds
So
good.
once the gear's open, I need to use it.
As this happens, you watch as Flotsam the eel twisting down, and you realize that the tunnel in front of you is marked in glowing abyssal-like runes, each glowing black and purple and silver, ever so often shifting around the tunnel entrance. And you've never seen this before yet in the tunnels. You know you must be close. Is there anything anyone would do? Like, would you like to officially beast form before going in, or anything else? As you know, this must be where she is.
So I would like to switch weapons and just use my buckler because I know it's magical. Quick question: is my onyx sword magical?
Also, it is, but you don't know everything that it does yet.
Oh, yeah, that could be a problem. Okay, I'm just gonna use the buckler for now. Yeah, I don't feel like testing that right now.
Yeah, maybe now not the time to test the new fancy sword.
Especially when it came from a vampire.
Yes.
One last check for a spell. Regenerate.
Doesn't seem to happen.
Okay.
I will say you're not losing spells. This is actually very important to note, but it is definitely something where the spells are just not happening.
Okay. In that case, I am going to beast, even if this isn't the room. Adam is good for casting spells, but the beast is good for fighting. And I
Okay.
have 8 hours, so
You boom beast form up, perfect. And beast form is fresh, which is important to note.
yes.
You feel that all of you, Bell, you still have again 5 of these crafters whipping around you. Foresight and freedom movement are all still up. You still have about like 10 minutes left, right? Even though it's been like close to 45-50 minutes in the tunnels of just moving, still not past an hour yet.
That's for freedom of movement, but foresight is 8 hours.
All of you feel as Flotsam, this giant eel, leads you into this tunnel.
That's really cool, dark
I
place.
will explain then what you are about to see as you all enter in. Cadel, you are entering, technically first Cadel, being like as close as you can to Flotsam. Adam, next with that beast form. I will be showing in a moment. And Bell just coming right in afterwards. As you all enter in, here we go. Let's flash the screen. This insane visage before you, littered amongst the ground, are bodies upon bodies of lizard folk. You see all the lizard folk in here are all lying in the water, each having been slashed across the throat or stomach. Blood is pooling and swirling. In the corner, arms raised in dark chanting, Ursula, water and blood swirling around her, as you see standing in this pool of water and blood, the unmistakable form of a god with flaming hair and next to him, a lifeless body suspended as if floating, a Varian. As Ursula sees you all center, you see she just looks just dispose of them. You see Cato Flotsam just doesn't act. To which she just goes,
I feel like to Ursula, cute, sicker.
very well. Gah! She purple lightning crackles out. You see in a corner, rising out, bubbling, another undead, gross eel body. Jetsam has entered the fight. How do I distinguish the two? I'm going to turn on the light for Flotsam, and let's make his light. Let's give him a color here. Maybe a bit of green. There we go. So the one that's kind of greenish is your guys's. Jetsam is the other one. Everyone, please roll me
channel
initiative.
divinity to catch him.
If you can make it, let's roll initiative as I see my wife yelling at me silently in the corner.
9.
No.
All right, 9. Oh, Adam, in beast form though, you're rolling initiative.
Oh, you're
Keep in
right.
mind. 11, Bell.
7.
Okay,
7.
that's actually 6 then.
6 in beast. Oof. I'm so sorry, that made it worse. Cadel, what'd you get?
Synth 20. Okay.
Synthetic 20. That is good. Your mic is a little quiet there, Cadel. I've just noticed that every so often.
Sorry?
Your mic is just a little quiet today. I've just noticed that. Just letting you know.
Really? Oh.
Here we go. Let's roll first for Flotsam and Jetsam usually have the same initiative. Now they don't, as they are not on the same team. That sucks. Flotsam got a 9. Jetsam got a nat 20. The lizard folk act. Ursula. Oh gosh, Ursula got terrible. Oh well, because she's still not in her normal mind flayer form. Makes and Hades is technically rare. At the start, a lair action is going to occur. So walking in, Ursula already just like bringing forth Jetsam out of the undead afterlife, just into this giant serpent form. You watch though as in this pool of water from where she sits, she immediately is back, redirecting this chanting and guttural, just abyssal as you watch as Hades turns, sees the three of you enter, and gives a little wink as he places a hand on Varian's forehead. As the flames erupt from his hair, you watch Hades' eyes go white, and Varian's eyes open up and start burning with fire outwards. That is the lair action as that begins. That will actually then begin Jetsam, top of the order. The snake that Ursula has summoned immediately rushes. Let's see, how much movement does it have? It's not in water, that's important to know. So it's going to have to take at least, let's see, 10, 15, 20 to get back into like this more pool of water. And then 30, 40. Immediately coming up, who's Ursula gonna? Actually, she's gonna definitely attack Cadel, because she doesn't like that you took her other pet. Cadel, Jetsam comes at you, is gonna make 2 attacks. Misses on its bite attack as boom, crunching into the water, you dodge. And as it goes into that restraining attack, nat 1 failing on a synthetic 12, boom, you just rip through this rotting flesh and eel bone and just slip out. But as it just comes back, reconstitutes itself back into this undead form. Holy crap, that sucks that it just failed both of those. At the
Mankato.
end of
France.
Jetsam's turn, Cadel, that's your turn now.
Okay. So Flotsam and Jetsam are not locked in in combat then.
No, yes. Flotsam actually goes after you, but Flotsam is like an initiative order of 9, whereas Jetsam got the nat 20.
Oh, okay. Then Well, I think in this case, because so basically they're controlling the lizard folk. Yeah, they're basically zombies too.
These lizard folk, actually, Cato, the lizard folk don't seem to be moving. It's actually very troublesome. These are just bodies in the water right now that don't look alive yet.
Okay. I guess my next question is, how far away is 30 feet then?
30 feet can get you quite a ways, actually. Kind of in that kind of range of 30 feet from your starting position to like 30 around.
Um, I think I'm gonna save that for later. I'm gonna slash at this thing where it's just like cute. My turn. And just slash at them, and if it works, I'm going to do a searing smite on this thing.
Heck yeah. Um, Go ahead, roll to attack.
Oh, okay. It was one of those hits the corner kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a 26.
26 hits Jetsam.
All right, so that's earrings. Well, first I'll just roll for the regular damage. So that is a. Okay, so that's a 9 for damage for the regular damage. How much
And
do I need for a?
as the searing smite, you try to bamf in the searing smite, Cato, and as water and blood splash around you, poof, the searing smite doesn't come out.
Oh,
Because that is an official spell, trying to like cast that into a sword.
dang. Okay. Frick. Well,
You do have 2 attacks, of course, keep in mind.
yeah. I'm just wondering, like, because oh man. Okay, screw it. I think we're just gonna have to like just do normal damage on this thing.
Okay.
I got nothing for like, because I do have dreadful aspect, but I wanted to get closer enough to everyone. I know I
Ooh.
can get Hades and Variant, but I doubt it's gonna work because it's freaking Hades, you know.
Important to note, though, too, here, Cadle. With Jetsam, please roll me another d8. This is an undead creature. You naturally still add in the d8 of that natural paladin radiance. That is something that is not spell restricted.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you say that one more time?
Oh, sorry. Your attacks, you don't get smites right now. You're thinking like smites are spells, but you do still roll another 1d8 of damage against Jetsam because it is an undead creature.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. That is a 10.
10. Well done. Adding in that damage. Oh, wait. Did you roll a d20 or a d8?
Wait, did you? I did the
Oh.
D8.
You did the d8, yes. Okay, so 10 more damage plus the strength. Okay, cool. Sorry, I was just making sure because for some reason I'm like, oh, you didn't roll the hit, did you? Yes, no. You just naturally are doing extra damage with your attacks already. So yes, you still have another attack if you want to take it.
Screw it, might as well.
Cool. Roll the hit then.
That is an 8.
8 does not hit, unfortunately. Wait.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah. Roll the hit, you get the d20 plus all your buffs, and then you roll now the 2d8s for the damage.
Oh, it's 2d8s. Okay. I'm losing my mind today.
You're totally fine. No, I've been there.
That is a 17.
17 does hit the armor class, so go ahead and roll damage now.
That is 16. Yeah, that is a lot
60
better.
points. You start poof, 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 coming in full sword. This creature starts immediately looking hurt, hissing and just rearing back at you. At the end of your turn, it's actually going to make a legendary action against you, and you watch as it is going to take. It costs 2 for him. 2 legendary actions. Its tail whips around. Oh my lord. And on a 16, not hitting, this giant tail slap, boom, cracks the ground and water around you, spraying everywhere as you just out of the way, Cadel. You ain't getting hit today.
Oh gosh.
Way to go, Cadle.
At the end of your turn, that makes Flotsam's turn. The Flotsam, the eel, that is yours. What would you like Flotsam to do because you command it?
How fast can he get to Ursula?
Flotsam, pretty fast. Because if Flotsam just takes 10 feet to fully get in the water, it takes the rest 30. Then it would have to take another 10. So it actually, oh yeah, because getting out, it just really finishes up its movement. So it basically can get here because it would have finished up the land movement. So all the way to the other side of the pool of water.
Okay.
So on its,
You won't be able to like take an action and hit. Yeah.
yes, it won't yet be able to take out just because in its current state, it's much faster in the water. It's being undead, it's harder for it to just drag itself across land or dry ground, shall we say. So it books it through the water, immediately just weaving its way through corpse and blood. And on its next turn, it will reach Ursula.
Okay, so instead of doing that, I just want him to attack Jetsam. We're taking care of this. No more bullcrap.
Excellent. And here's something fun, Cadel. As of right now, as long as you control this giant eel, you've got legendary actions with them. Just keep that in mind. I was going to really wreck you guys with 2 giant eels, but I guess not. Flotsam is going to take then attacks against its companion. That's, wow. Misses on its bite. Hits on its grapple. Unfortunately, it cannot restrain this creature because it is technically gargantuan like itself, but still dealing a crap ton of damage to Jetsam as his heel intertwining, boom, 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 just slapping the water with those wet sounds of just eels poof, 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 hitting back and forth. Flotsam's in this fight. As he does that, so yeah, Cadel, at any time, just stop me after a creature's turn, be like, ooh, legendary action.
What options does he have?
Oh, yes, legendary actions. Flotsam can take a perception check for a legendary action. It can take a surge legendary action, which lets it swim its base movement rate without any opportunity attacks. So, like, it could take a legendary to just swim and nothing can attack it while it's swimming. Or it can take a tail slap, which costs 2, but it's that big old tail slap where, you know, you're attacking another creature and trying to knock a creature prone.
So, well, I mean, depending on it, it would like if it was enough damage, it would kill it. Yeah.
For a tail slap? Yeah, tail slaps does a lot.
Okay. I'm assuming he's out of actions or no.
Yes, Flotsam took both of its actions to bite and constrict, right? To do all that, because that is its multi-attack.
Okay, all right.
With that, that makes the end of Flotsam's turn. That will make Belle's turn officially. Belle, you are standing, actually, Belle, on more of the dry ground as you came in, right? You're not in this, like, water as it recedes into this pool. What would you like to do, Belle?
I want to send off one of my stars towards Ursula. Can it reach that far? I can't find my.
Let's see.
120
10,
feet.
20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah, you are well in range to hit Ursula from where you are.
Okay, so that'll be my bonus action.
Excellent. Go ahead and do so.
That's so much.
I never.
Oh, I guess you need to make your
After-
attack roll. Okay.
After-
Oh, I guess you need to make your
After-
attack roll.
after-
Okay.
I was like, wait, I can't roll my damage yet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's an 18 plus my 10.
Well, if you have advantage, and so if you roll again and get a 20,
You could crit. You got to force it. Yeah. Still 28 will hit the armor class. Go ahead and roll that damage then. Jeez.
No. Should I get 23.
23. You're realizing Ursula still looks horribly hurt. As you poof, another one tanks into her shoulder, just that winging shot. It burns and sizzles, and you realize all the damage she had before, she's still taken. You think it's just that, like, get out and go do this, but you guys are now here. As you do that, Belle, that is any other movement or action you want to try to take.
So we know we still can't use magic, really, so I couldn't cast a spell.
As far as you know, it's that you'd have to try, but then in combat, it's worse because it's like trying in combat is if it doesn't work, oh shoot, that was my action to try.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hold action until I can figure something out with my magic.
So you can't cast this, but you can take the dodge action, which
Yes.
increases your armor class a little bit.
It increases armor and also offers disadvantage, which normally you have with foresight, but dodge still is that like, okay, it's harder for things to hit me because you're actively making an action to like move around.
Okay, I'll do that for now.
Alrighty. Taking that dodge action, Belle, as you kind of just like step in, get that line of sight. You watch as the crown starts, it actually seems to have a curvature. As it goes to like straight towards Ursula, it seems to like curve space around Hades and Varian, and still then comes back into that straight to hit Ursula, but you see there is magic radiating off of this space that these two are in. As you take that, Belle, that is the Beast or Adam's turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, so what I want to do is I want to pick up Jetsim.
Ooh.
I want to fly and pick up Jetsim. I don't know if that's something he can do though.
You might be able to because it's being a large creature. You're not outside of the realm of possibility, but it is an opposed strength to get him, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So Jetsim's gonna make his strength as well. So it is a DC 18 strength. Wow, that's not great.
Gosh, I was close. It was an 18 and then rolled over to the 2, so that's a 7.
Ooh, 7. As you go, you feel your claws and hind legs try to dig in, and this thing just like 360 twists itself, just kind of like rotating that section of its body to keep it from getting grabbed by you. I'll say that was one attack, so you can try it twice if you're trying like multi-attacking on it. Kind of like normal multi-attack, extra attack fight.
Yeah, I'll try it again then.
Sweet. That is going to yikes. That is a DC 30 now, as he rolled a natural 19.
Okay, yeah, my 22 doesn't quite.
No. It's now you see Jetsim's now ready and is now just like snake-like eel serpentining in of itself, making it just this mess of flesh and bone.
Okay.
As you do that, Adam, you are still there. You still then have movement and bonus action currently.
Okay. In that case, I was gonna try to pick him up and drop him on Hades, but I think gosh, because I don't have enough movement to get all the way to Ursula and Hades. We haven't directly done anything to him, and so I don't necessarily want to engage with Hades.
Fair.
Do you want to use your body weight to just drop on Jetsam?
Just kind of land on it. It may not be as great as like grappling trying to attack it, but you might do something.
Okay, maybe. Gosh.
That wrestling move where you like get your elbow out.
Yeah, maybe I'll just try to keep a hold on Jetson to maybe impose disadvantage. Like maybe I don't know if I could try to like help Cadel in that like help him not get attacked by Jetsam again.
Ah, gotcha.
I don't
So,
know if I
like,
could do that, if that would take an action or something.
it probably would take an action, but what I would say is if you want to make me as part of that final like movement and a free check, making just like an athletics check to maybe try and offer disadvantage, it's not gonna be as great as like the true help action. What'd you get?
8.
8. Yeah, you
Yeah.
try to line and immediately are just flowing off of this eel just doing its gross eely things.
Okay, dice jail it is.
Dice jail for you. I will say then at the end of your turn, Adam, Jetsam's going to take a legendary action, his last one, and basically just use that swim out of combat range just for the moment, so that like it could probably come back on its turn, but out of the water to a different spot. I'll make its legendary action. As it does so, yeah, it will actually making the rest of its speed to fully get out of the water. Adam, you are technically not in the water right now. You're on the edge. Cadel and Flotsam are. Ursula is going to take a big legendary action. And she's going to use Lightning Storm. So, Cadel, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. She's going to cast one at Flotsam as well, and the third one is going to go at Belle. So, Belle, can you make me a dexterity saving throw with advantage with foresight?
So, clarification, she's casting a spell.
Yes, she is.
Okay. Just making sure.
This is a big old spell legendary action. That's important to know.
And it's not impacted by this strange magical ripple.
Doesn't seem to be. So as she does so, so Cadel, what did you get for yours?
Nat 20, so that's a 22.
Nat 20, well done. Belle, what'd you get for yours?
What was it again?
Oh, dexterity saving throw. With advantage, of course. And +3, you're still close enough to Cadel right now.
You have +2, seems to you +5.
Okay, so that's an 11.
11. Belle, you take 23 points of lightning damage as she casts this purple lightning, poof, arcing in that almost symmetrical way the other way around Hades and Buried, poof, hitting you. You feel that just lightning up. Cadel, as this comes at you, you succeed. So what would have normally doubled because of the water poof, is only normal 25 points of damage to you, Cadel, as you are looking really bad there, my friend. And finally, Flotsam, with that dexterity failure, is going to take, oh geez, quite a bit of damage. That is, you watch as Flotsam immediately goes from looking totally fine to absolutely hurt because of this lightning, and you see like lightning, it's starting to like arc a little bit in the water, but it is quickly receding, so you don't think it lasts a long time.
Hades and Varian are not in the water.
Correct, they are almost hovering above, with the blood and water kind of starting to swirl around them. With finishing up that makes Ursula's true turn. Once again, she seems to pause in her chanting. You watch as going into her stuff. What's she gonna do here? Well, yeah, probably that. She's going to throw another big old lightning bolt, a true lightning bolt now for her turn at Belle. Belle, once again, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
So I'm kind of in the line of sight. Would I be able to adjust to take the brunt of it?
Make me a dexterity saving throw as well. I'll say if you get high enough, it's that you could naturally try to get in front of it.
7.
Oh,
That's not going to cut it.
What's this?
oh no.
All right, I do. I roll a 16 plus whatever.
16 plus your dex plus Cato's plus 3. So that'll be a base 19. So what's your dex saving throw?
+2.
Plus 2. That beats the DC, so you will half damage this. So on a 21, she casts this lightning bolt. 30 damage that will have to 15 Bell, as boom, hitting you with this true, like, you watch as the little bit of lightning, she condenses all one giant boom, casts it at you, and immediately though you realize, turns back into this giant chant as the abyssal swirls. The blood and water are now swirling much harder than before. That will finish her turn because she has to hold on to that bonus action and definitely that movement. You watch at the then start top of the order. That makes the lair action, and all the lair action goes to this. You will watch as purple necrotic energy is now swirling and absolutely vaporizing in with the water and blood. Hades' hand starts shaking, and you watch as it slightly lowers, almost translucently, into Varian's head, as the light in Varian's eyes goes from white and starts becoming almost blue tinted. At that makes at the top of the order, Jetsum's turn. Who Jetsum? What's he gonna do? Jetsum is going to actually come down into the water, take a little bit of the residual lightning, just because Ursula told it to, or I told it to, whatever you want to say. But you watch as it slides back into the water, immediately coming back up and in, and is going to it's probably going to attack you, Cadel, because Ursula is smart. She knows how to direct her servants. Cadel, as Jetsam comes at you, here comes its bite attack. 18 does not hit your armor class, barely. Oh my gosh. Here comes the constrict. Cadel, as once again wrapping in around you, you feel it start to tighten and squeeze, as you just feel that magic surge within you. You feel just your arms wrench outwards as it misses your armor class once more. It's trying to attack a paladin with an AC of 20, and it honestly doesn't have a crazy buff. That makes Jetsum's full turn as it tries to do that. Cadel, that is your turn then.
It might be time to run.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I do want to try something. I feel like this is going to go very badly for me just because of how low my hit points are.
Okay.
I want to jump on Flotsam, go over, cast either dreadful I can't cast spells, yeah?
As far as you know, well, Dreadful Aspect is your other channel divinity. That's not a spell. That's something you do innately.
Because I was also thinking Crown of Madness, but that's a spell technically.
That would be a spell, yes.
Okay. Because if I cast Dreadful Aspect, basically any creature of my choice within 30 feet must make a Wisdom saving throw, and if they fail, they are frightened for a minute.
Yeah.
Then that could be our way of getting out.
It could be. That could definitely help, Cadel. You're gonna jump on. So it's almost like you're jumping on to Flotsam, And what it would say too, to just kind of help in this turn order, it's you're holding your action to cast your channel divinity.
And I want to use his legendary action to, like,
Mhm.
the one that denies the opportunity attacks, so I can get as close as I can.
Exactly. That's it. You already figured it out. Yes. So going in and then holding your action, boom, 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 using his legend, just go around the water. Nothing can attack him, and you wouldn't be close enough, which puts you within 30 feet of. Let's actually do the math here. 10, 20. It's a bit risky. If you want, you could end about here, which would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10. Yeah. This actually puts you 30 feet within Ursula, Hades, Varian, and Jetsam. So it's like it's dangerous because you're a little close to whatever crazy magic is. You're about 10 feet away from the magic now, but this would put you 30 feet away from all the current hostile creatures in this room.
Okay, I think my next question is, if I was able to, like, move down a little bit, like the water. I don't know how shallow that is, but like still
Yes.
close enough to Ursula, but not close enough to Hades and Varian. I feel like that is very stupid if I do that.
Gotcha. Here, let me put you 10, 20, 30. This is going to be just kind of doing this. The closest you could get. See, I actually, oh yeah, where you were, that's the close. So unfortunately, it's 10 feet away. No matter really where you go, you're going to be about 10 feet away from Hades Varian, that whole mess. But it still puts you within a bit of that like pendulum-esque 30 feet of each of the other hostile creatures.
Okay, all right. While I'm do that, I'm just gonna look at Bella and Adam, and it's just like I gotta do this, and then it's just like I'm going for it.
All
No,
right.
I get you. If we can drop Ursula and interrupt anything that Hades is doing, that would be the better outcome. I just
Here we
don't
go.
want anybody dead.
Yeah,
Here we
it's
go.
not the first time I've died, but still.
We're gonna start with Jetsam. Jetsam got a lower. Jetsam naturally has a lower wisdom save because Cato, your DC currently is still 16. Here we go.
Wait, is that for an opportunity attack?
Oh no, this is the wisdom save for your Channel Divinity dreadful aspect.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so as you start radiating pure fear, here we go.
Because I also want to add while I'm doing this, it's just like, because once again, he only uses this when he is truly enraged. And
Yeah.
the thought of losing Bell and Adam is non-negotiable. So
Yeah. Here we go. Jetsam has made his roll. I will tell you what happens after I finish. Next we have to add in Hades. I'd be very surprised if he failed. Let me put Hades in. Hades is actually at the top of the order, technically, as a lair action. Hold on. What's his wisdom save? Okay, I know what happened with Hades. Varian actually can't make it because Varian doesn't see right now. Whatever's going on with him, he's not seeing much. And here we go. Ursula's wisdom save. It's not bad. Okay. This is so cool. You watch as riding an undead eel, Cadle standing atop this thing, you take your mask off, the open part of your helmet, curved horns, glowing green eyes, cracked skull, this horrifying sound. Adam and Bella, you guys are barely outside, even you feel pure fear and radiation. Boom! Ripples offward. Jetsam sees this and is immediately frightened. You see this creature turn and is just getting ready to run pell-mell away. You watch Ursula. Her spell falters as she fails hers as well and is afraid of you. And as you watch, radiating through Hades, Hades has to burn a legendary resistance as that piece of garbage rolled a natural 1. And Cadle, even your form, boom, godly resistance, just trying not to, as you boom radiate pure fear and unholy energy of just power and glory. Holy cow, that is the coolest thing ever.
Oh,
Ursula is frightened. Jetsam is frightened. Target is frightened of you for a whole minute. Oh my gosh! If a creature is frightened by this effect, it can attempt. Oh, and it has to be within 30 feet away from you to even make a Wisdom saving throw to end the effect on it. Good lord! So Ursula, Cadel, at the end of your turn, both actually all this stuff that you're doing using Flotsam's legendary. Ursula is also then going to try taking a legendary action against you because she's terrified. She's truly terrified of you. She is going to burn just one to do a spell. What can she even do to you? Got you. She is going to try to send a spell at you. She has to make a ranged spell attack. Dang it. Okay. She has disadvantage now. That's a 18 already. So that misses. Dang it. She tries to cast a giant ray of enfeeblement on you. Completely misses. Dang it. Okay. Ursula looks terrified. Hades has shrugged it off, but you see he's still going. And Jetsam is terrified. Kato, what would you like to do?
Well, I was just wondering because it's like if Ursula missed me, did it hit Hades?
Oh no, Rave of People, like as it misses you, it kind of like misses you, and as it gets close again to this swirl of energy, kind of just like just gets wrapped up into the spell, you think.
Okay.
As that happens, that's those legendaries. Belle, that is your turn. Against the this crazy cacophony of chaos. What would you like to do?
I want to send another star Ursula bound.
Oh my gosh.
we have to finish her.
Foresight with advantage. Go for it.
It's a 15 plus my 10. So 25.
25. I was getting so worried. I'm like, 15? On advantage, 25 hits. Go ahead and throw this bonus action Crown of Stars at her. Oh my gosh, she has disadvantage on anything as long as Cadel is within line of sight. I used the wrong legendary action. I had something else I should have done then.
29 damage.
29. As boom, Ursula is looking so bad she's almost on death's door, you think, as she is barely able to hold it. Belle, you hitting into that gigantic pot belly, into that octopus form, sucking in. She falters just barely, trying to keep this spell up. Belle, you still have movement action if you'd like to try anything.
Is there a way that I could I can't really upcast, but can I make an extra check to send off another star as an action?
Belle, in fact, you can. And it's how do I put this? It is something I'm planning because of something with Crown of Stars for the finale anyway. So I will say yes. Go ahead and make me an Arcana check though first. Here's how we'll do it. Make a base that Arcana, like how do I draw forth more power of this spell?
That's a synthetic 20.
A synthetic 20.
I think foresight.
Belle,
Oh,
you
do
hear...
I get on that with foresight still?
Yes, you do. Foresight gives you advantage basically on everything. Gosh, go for it.
It's still a synthetic 20.
Cool. Dirty 20. Belle, you hear long ago when you learned Crown of Stars from the Lord of Sorcery, Mickey himself. Oh, remember, it's always within you. And you feel, you cast another star. Go ahead and roll to hit at advantage.
Oh my god.
That 23.
I still have my 16.
16 with advantage?
Yeah. Or well, like that's all together. I didn't roll well.
Oh, 16 altogether. Would you find something funny? Just for a moment. A 16 barely misses if she wasn't in this form, which is stupid. Normally having the AC 17, now you know her AC is only 16. She just is a bulky creature. And Belle, knowing you did all this damage with Meteor Swarm, you hit this Mind Flayer Kraken Abomination. Go ahead and roll damage. Good heavens.
Oh my gosh, that was
Barely.
That was very
Oh
lucky.
my gosh. Any other form, if she had chosen to be full Kraken right now, it would have missed.
31. Damage.
31 damage. As casting two of these stars, Ursula is labored breath. So barely alive. As hitting both twice in the stomach. Spell is faltering, and she barely can move. Belle, what a turn. Beast, that is your turn, but before your turn, Ursula's gotta try one last legendary action. She's gonna use both to do big old lightning storm. Who's she gonna throw it at? She is going to throw one at Belle, one at you, Adam, and one at Cadel. Cadel. She can't. No, with the fear. She'll throw it at Flotsam, which is basically the same difference. So please, Adam and Belt, make me dexterity saving throws.
Should I roll for Flotsam or no?
Please do. Yes, Flotsam. I'll just let you know. Flotsam has a +2 to Dex.
Well, that is still a 10, so.
Still a 10. All right. Flotsam is going to take full damage. Adam and Bell, what did you guys get?
11.
11.
6.
6. Adam and Bell, you both take 20 points of lightning damage. Bell, you are down.
Oh my gosh.
As Flotsam takes doubled being in the water, 40 points of damage. Flotsam is now looking horribly hurt, close to bloodied. As you see, its natural skin is trying to keep together, barely able to keep itself alive. Adam, that is your turn. Bell has just gone down. Fun fact, foresight, freedom, movement don't go away when you're down. But Adam, you see Ursula is barely alive, Bell is down, and Jetsam is terrified. What would you like to do?
So is Ursula, I'm assuming it's probably Hades, but is Ursula the one keeping that spell, our anti-magic thing up, or is that Hades?
It could be potato at that point. It's that even if it was Ursula, is Hades just natural raw godlike energy keeping up, or was it Hades and Ursula's doing the crafting inwards? You could, if you want, you can make me an Arcana check, because that might give you better insight of like what kind of magic is going on here.
Okay, I might do an Arcana check quick. Would that impact the rest of my turn at all, though?
No, free check. It's a free check. Yeah, always a free check, just to see if something can be gained to help you with your turn.
Okay. So that is a synth 20.
Synthetic 20. You think the energy that's radiating outwards, right? As spells, Crown of Stars lightning seems to just swirl around like a nebulae comet tail. Whatever that power is must be God power. That's just pure, a god's energy is pushing outwards. But the purple arcane blood energy, whatever Ursula is doing, is what is allowing Hades to do other stuff, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
You're not entirely sure then what those ramifications are, the semantics, what could help it, stop it, blah blah blah. But it's
Right.
that okay, Hades is basically just naturally able to keep a lot away, but Ursula is that like she's giving him whatever he's doing, putting his hand into Varian. So yeah, so I don't know if that helps with your turn at all, but that's some of the information you get.
It does. So I need to drop this one. Because if Hades is here, if Hades wants to kill us, we're gonna be pretty much dead anyway. If Hades sticks around, regardless. Now I fly 60 feet to Ursula and attack.
Zooming around, Adam, you even feel the energy push you around from Hades. You fly up to Ursula, go and attack.
Okay. So oh, that's not advantage. Oops.
Yeah.
That is a 26.
26 hits for the first attack.
And that deals. Oh, come on. 9. Oh, that was not a D8. That was a D10.
Oh,
Holy cow. Okay. That is 8 points of slashing damage. I rolled a 1 and a 2.
8 points of slash damage. She is still up barely. You feel she's so close.
Okay. Well, my second attack is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, come on. I rolled a 1 and a 2 on the other.
This could be it. You could take down Ursula with this.
Okay, that is 15. That is 19 points of slashing damage off of my claws.
How do you want to do this?
Okay. Just I'm flying in at her. I'm upset that she's been coming in and attacking Belle. I am going straight through.
The natural peppered holes of the crown of stars, you feel you're already so grossed, and as a beast, you don't even care. Claws and bite rip through this creature as you just through Adam standing on the other side. Ursula, purplish inky blood drains from both mouth and stomach as she you watch she falls in the water. As she falls, Adam, that I believe is your turn.
That's all I can do.
This is the last. Then it would make top of the order as Ursula has fallen, but here comes the last lair action before things might start happening, because without her keeping up the spell, this is just naturally what happens. Has disadvantage though without the spell. I will let you know right now. I need for the bad guys to have good things to happen. They're trying to roll a 16 or higher on disadvantage.
Okay.
With the buffs and mices just of the natural things they prepared. Here we go. First one. That is a 7. Need a 16 or higher.
Hades.
That is a natural 20.
Oh.
You said at disadvantage.
At disadvantage with the 7. Stopping the nat 20. Just see, you watch as the runes around the room now sparking out as their master has died. Whatever witch-like magic keeping this room together even is starting to falter. You watch Hades stops, his hand in Varian's head, looks up, kind of looks around the room, looks to Belle on the floor, looks to you, Cadel, and to you, Adam, just, what's it gonna be? Her or me?
Can I use Watson's as a reaction, Blossom's like legendary action just to speedily get to Bell?
Yes, you can. You boom. Legend action would definitely get you
Versus
all the
100% Bell.
all the way to Bell is what I will allow. Flotsam now just
I am
on deck. Yes, Cable.
if it's possible, not only do I have my shield up in front of her, I'm going to try lay on hands to like get some of her health points up.
How many lay of hands do you want to bamf in?
So how does lay on hands work exactly?
Lay on hands, it's an action. So actually, I should say, technically, Jetson will act before you, but it's like on your turn, you just have the pool and you can say, you can give however many up to the maximum, of course. Like, so if you only have 70, you could give a full 70, or you could give 50 or 30, but then it means you only have 40 left or 20 left, right? Like, so I will say, technically, Jetsam has to go before you. Jetsam, as you come around this way, Jetsam's trying to get away from you. Jetsam speedily beaches himself over there. Jetsam fails, so Jetsam's still frightened. So Cadel, yes, on your turn, would you like to try lay on hands?
I want to try lay on hands, and if it's possible, because I have 120 for temporary hit points to heal anyone. Oh wait, no, I have 110 because I used some of that on. Yeah, excuse me. Okay, just gonna make that edit real quick so I don't forget. Okay, so she has 104. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna try to get her up to like 70 at least.
70, excellent. So that means, Cadel, you'll still have 40 left. Bell, you are up at 70 hit points. Cadel, you bamf in just all of that healing energy. Wounds closed. Bell is up. You see,
and I have my shield up because I'm protecting her, you know.
Hades looks at you, kind of rolls his eye, just, jeez, is going to turn. Yeah, Hades taking his then legendary action, thrusts his hand seemingly through Varian's head, but as he does so, you notice just for that half second, the hand doesn't go through, it just seems to vanish, and boom, an explosion of swirling blood, light, and everything. They are gone as water drains and recedes. With that, we are not out of initiative yet. Technically, Jetsam is here, but just frightened. That is important to note. At the end then of Cadel using your action, good turn though. Yeah, getting all the way around. Boom, healing Bell. Flotsam going in. Bell, that is actually your turn as you sit up.
You're alive.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just gonna like kind of like that half like hug, but just like thanks. Like appreciate that.
Thanks, Cadel. I'm not dead. Yeah. Giving that half. Bell, you are up. There's not much else in here, but Bell, you feel a deep arcane calmness as you realize whatever ripple is gone.
Okay. Can I kind of investigate that just to find out what it was?
Please do make an Arcana check. It's actually going to be easier.
Now.
Yeah, right. It's Arcana. It's going to be so much easier now that it's gone to be like what was happening.
Uh, 19.
19. Yeah, Belle, whatever was going on, yes, it was an anti-magic field. You realize Ursula was using this lair of hers to repress magic, and you're realizing it was whatever spell she was using. It was like, I can't stop magic. I can't just keep counterspelling, but what I can do is I can just redirect it all. So any spells tried to cast would just get siphoned in, and you realize, Belle, only spells that were cast in the water. As if you were out of the water, technically nothing would have happened. But when you guys were in the water trying things, it would have. So in theory, on dry ground, it would have been fine. But then how much dry ground can you keep? Because Ursula could have tried flooding, done stuff. You never know.
Interesting.
So yes, Belle, as you do that, you do then have action, bonus action, as I will say, yeah. Jetson using these legendary actions of his, just trying to wiggle into a corner of the room in fear.
I want to kind of run into the mass of bodies in the room and just see if there's any hope for any of them.
Go ahead, make me a medicine check, we'll call it. This is, yeah, just who's alive, who's not.
Um, 23.
23. Bell, all of these lizard folk may have been dead before they even got here. You're realizing that this was a big old sacrifice to basically get the energy, right? Like you, and because you know spells, there's material components needed in any spell. These were the material components, were innocent lives. As you do so, Adam, I'll say as Beast, as Bell taking that turn, getting into the water, starting to check around. Adam, is there anything you would like to do?
So checking on, I'd like to just check on Belle, make sure that she's good. She's still captured.
Okay.
Other than that, I might want to kind of. Hades was able to poof away.
Okay. What was that? Sorry. Oh. I will actually say then. Yes. So Adam, sorry. Yeah.
I think at this point, there's not really much else we can do in here. I think we probably do best get out and let the Imagineers and the others, let them know about some of the stuff we've run into.
Okay.
While we're here, before we leave, can I make a divination roll just to like try to go into a vision regarding Hades, what was going on with Varian? And
Please do. While you make that divination roll, I'll actually ask Cadel, on Flotsam right now. Jetsam's still in the corner afraid of you. Cadel, is there anything you would want to do in terms of that?
Okay. So Jetsam is still hurt. I got some twisted takes out of it, just so we don't have to
Okay. I was gonna say I didn't hear any of that. I'm so sorry.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna stick Jetsam on Flotsam, or the other way around. Excuse me. Just well, is there anything good on Ursula?
Ursula's body is starting to like just slowly recede. It's just a mind flayer body, right? It's doesn't seem to have anything crazy on it. It's just this gross tentacle, illithid creature with beak and tentacle coming out of it. Nothing much as she slowly just drains of life.
I'm just gonna look at that. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, because I'm super exhausted and just like, after all that, it's like, serves you right. I'm just gonna fall on my knees, my hands, after all that crap, just exhausted.
As Flotsam and Jetsam tear themselves to shreds, just fighting each other to the death. They were already going to naturally start decomposing anyway. The Imagineers, fun fact, killed them 2 years ago. These were just puppets for Ursula. The true living Flotsam and Jetsam, I should say. And Cadel just starting to rest. Belle, what did you get for your divination check?
24.
24. Belle, you eyes go into the trance. Adam, you see this, right? As the water kind of like rises in droplets slightly around Belle. Belle, as you watch smoke and curling shadow become these images, you see Hades standing there slowly rotating, and then suddenly Hades is Varian, and then Varian is Hades, and then Hades is Varian. As this happens, you see then a grand battlefield rising before Hades, figures popping up in every which way. You see a broken Magentia in front of you, knowing that something bad is going to happen there. no real check need. I think you kind of understand most of this vision. But as you come out of the vision, standing here, what would you all like to do in terms of plan of attack?
Let the other guys know about this. Well, they probably already know that Hades is going to attack Magentia soon. But we need to tell them about, like, literally this variant Hades possession kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. It might be time to go tell the others. That's very fair.
Yeah.
For Beetle, like, if this is going to be a final battle, fighting alongside.
I can't hear you, Cadel. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. If Cadel is going to, like, go into this final battle and he knows he's going to be incredible, it's the way to talk to Ares just to get this grudge over with and done. Just so we can all focus, because Hades is the real enemy. We don't need any of this personal beef.
Alrighty.
And, like, honestly, because Cadel's still confused on what he actually did wrong that, like, pissed Ares off.
Gotcha. Here's what I will ask then. Bell, you do now have the teleport spell, if I'm not mistaken. If you want, it would be a matter of just, and I will say, now that the tunnels are fine, it's actually really easy. This is not a big sewer system. It's just Ursula's magic that makes it big. If you want, going and finding Merrick, and you can all just teleport out if needs be.
Yeah, let's do that.
Awesome. Heading out, teleporting through. Of course, informing Merrick, he's going to probably head to the guard, you can assume, right? The Sumani guard, to take care of everything down in the sewers. But as you have all exited the sewer system, making it out, teleporting through, we will see you guys then in the finale. At that point, we will end our session. Thank you all so much for playing. Thank you all then who watched this, and I will see you all one more time. Goodbye.